Hey everybody, it is Kit here. Happy Monday and welcome back to another episode of the Dragon's Chaos save file. We are with house number 4, Louise Wetzel. And this may not be the best picture for like the thumbnail or whatever, but I was looking at my photos and I thought it was so funny how happy she was. Meanwhile, they all look like weird hornets, even though they are bees, but they look like hornet people and like little torpedoes coming to just absolutely jet blast poison under your skin. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this and I hope y'all are having a good day. It is a Monday, so there's that. And yeah, let's dive on in, shall we? So, Louise, first of all, before we get into actually who is Louise and everything, she lives in Sulani, and oh my goodness, I think at this point I hadn't really played a ton in Sulani, or I hadn't been there in a while. I don't know what the deal is, but this particular lot, this particular space, so freaking pretty. I mean, look at the sunset, y'all. I think I even tried to like on one of my many art attempts of like drawing, I tried to draw it and I had fun blending and everything. It's just, I don't stick with art. But like that's such a pretty sunset. Sunset? Wow. It is occurring to me that that could have been a sunrise, but I think it was a sunset, I think. I don't actually know. Anyways, again, don't have any script for this, so have fun with that. So this is Louise Wetzel, the woman of the hour, or for the at least next 30 minutes, or however long this is. She is my house 4, 5, whatever, 4 now. Yeah. Yes, I don't know how many households I've done this already. So her name, Louise Wetzel. She is a witch. She is genius, jealous, and neat. And she has 5 aspirations she has to do. Oh, archaeology scholar, musical genius, friend of the world, jungle explorer, and big happy family. So I decided, with the archaeology scholar and the jungle explorer and everything, I thought, what if I kind of did like an Indiana Jones thing with her, even though I know the musical genius, she is supposed to have a job as in the musical profession. I think I'm just gonna ignore that and have her do some tutoring instead. Now that we have new packs and stuff, when I do get back to this, which I am actually ready to go, I just want to finish these videos up a little bit and kind of reacquaint myself with The Sims. Let's see here. She has at least where I'm at playing wise, she's accomplished the academic spells and the potions aspiration, so she's doing pretty good. Her starting funds were 13,000, so she did pretty good. Actually, I think most people did. Now that I'm remembering and getting back into it, because I kind of forgot about her. Anyway, so she went to Brightchester, undistinguished psychology degree. Her GPA was A plus, and yeah, overall her GPA was really dang good. For some reason, we went to the island in Bridleton Bay that I cannot think of the name of, and I saw this ghost dog, and I took the picture because I think at that point I didn't really see too many ghost dogs around. That might have even been the captain dog, or one of the named dogs for like the lore. Not my lore, the game's lore, that is. But I don't think so. I don't remember. What is that? It's like Captain something. I don't know. Doesn't he have a like a bandana or something around his neck? Either way, cute dog. But for Louise, honestly, she had a pretty easy time with it again. Especially being a spellcaster, I feel like that's always easier, right? Because they have access to the magical headquarters. They can do things there. And again, she had 13,000, so all of her basic needs were met. And she has the fishing. She had like everything. I mean, Sulani's a treasure trove for like the whole Rags Riches thing, right? And but she really she did do a lot of that, I think. But honestly, she also just relaxed a lot, which is totally fair. If I had the ocean in my backyard and I had a floaty and the water was that pretty, I would also be just chilling. I would not be recording videos. I would be chilling. She also started off with a tiny home type lot, and this was actually my first time downloading CC paper, like wallpaper, and I really love this one, so that's part of why I took this photo. But also, I just love her curls and really fell in love with this sim. Um, this might be a self-roasting moment or a whatever moment, but I do not do a ton of Sims of the African American or other um, skin tones like that. Not because I don't like them, I do. I don't know how to dress them. I don't know how to do the makeup, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So it's like, especially when I'm sharing my game in this sense, I am very self-conscious about the fact that I do not know how to do any of that. Like, I don't have anybody in my life that knows anything about that or whatever else. Hell, I just learned about hair bonnets like in the last year. um, so, you know, um, but I really had a lot of fun with Louise, and she made me want to try and branch out with that a little bit more. Kind of made me realize it is okay to have different skin tone sims and stuff, and like it's not like somebody's gonna come screaming for my head. You know what I mean? If I did her makeup incorrectly or whatever. I basically just randomized most of the Sims and the Dragon's Chaos. By the way, I just randomized them, and when it came to Luis, I let the game just kind of figure it out, and I just kind of did what I thought was looked best. I don't know, but I'm happy with the outlook. Is my point here. But alas, proud watcher moment. She graduated just like everybody else, which was good because that was the goal. Everybody gets a degree. And pimple flare up and all. That was actually insane. I was like, no, not on your graduation day. But alas, it's okay, right? It's fine. And here you can see she did a lot of like her spellcaster stuff and whatnot. She usually would go after work. I did put her in to be a professor slash a teacher. That is her profession. Um, and also something else that I did with this household, well, not this household, but this save file in particular. I wiped the map and then I would add a building as I felt like they needed it, but I would take the total amount of money. Like, if the building cost $1 million, then I would split it between all of the households, and they would have to pay a minimum payment every week towards these buildings. So, like right now, where I'm at in the game, um, Silver Dorado Resort and Spa and a Silver Dorado El Dorado bar. Um, like her share of that payment is $26,047 for the resort and spa and $22,819 for the bar, $500 minimum payment each week. And then because she's a spellcaster, she has the magic headquarters as well, which was her share is $198,558, and the minimum payment for that is $300 a week. So her minimum payment each week is $1,300. If you're not a spellcaster, you don't have the magic HQ portion. And then once they pay that off, or most of the households now are doing pretty good when it comes to money, as I recall, so I could like add an additional building to the save that the Sims can use and, enjoy, but everybody has to pay their fair share. That's what I did. And they can also pay more um, if they want to, like over the minimum payment. It was just another way for me to, okay, Sims make a lot of money, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So like an additional level of challenge, and also the bright chester, like their degrees, if they're undistinguished, I think it was like 10,000, and if they're distinguished, then it's like 15,000 or something like that, or it was 12 and then 15,000, something like that. Um, so in the beginning it was kind of hard, but now it just gives another reason for them to keep busting their butt and, paying things down. And speaking of money and progress and paying things down, on top of all of that and just the normal expenses for Sims, um, already, the bills and whatnot that just come in the game, of course, they're all building up their homes, they are buying things, so on and so forth. So she has a waterfront property, so she's doing like a waterfront two-story type thing. It's still not finished as I recall, but it's mostly done. But I was really proud of this terrace. Like, oh my gosh, I was so freaking proud of myself. I was really trying to push myself in building at that time, and I'm still trying to push myself, but I was just like, heck yeah, look what I did. And you know what? I'm gonna show it off because I would love to be out there flipping through TikTok or reading a book or taking a nap. Like, oh my goodness. And then we had a bit of excitement for her because really she doesn't have, like, she does, but she doesn't have a ton of friends. She's friends with Jonah Haywood and great friends with Calixtora at this point. We have, let's call him Jim because I don't remember his name. And spoiler alert, she and him did not last. But I was excited because I don't remember if he was a coworker or what. But he provided a bit of excitement, as you can tell. So much excitement that she wanted to go on a date with him or wanted to do some sort of flirting or something. So I took them out for an outing and or a date. I do not remember at this point because my notes are horrible. And things were looking great because we had a kiss, you guys. And I think it was an autonomous one too. She kissed him and I was like, yes, yes, yes. And unfortunately, this is where things started going more downhill because I had to kind of prompt them to interact with each other. Like, go talk to him, go follow him, invite him to come sit here and talk to you. I was getting mixed vibes at this point. Slight side note, but I did get them to play this game, and I really like this animation. I'm really glad we got it because I love that they can just juggle. I like the animations and the Sims faces and stuff. It looks like a lot of fun, until you kick the ball in your head. I do wish that we could have them like self practice like throwing the football up, almost like a spiral. Did anybody do that as a kid? Like you just like with one hand just throw it up and one just straight up down in a spiral. For me, that was a lot of fun. I don't know. I was thinking about that when I was recording Nature's Enchantments from earlier today. Then they had a little bit of a cuddle. This is a mod that I downloaded. Something of a romance mod. I forgot the name of it, or the creator's name. But yeah, so this was still fairly new to me. I just loved seeing them like lay down on the ground and cuddle. Still mixed feelings, but I was feeling pretty hopeful at this point. Then there was a good amount going on in this picture. I don't remember if that was a silly slap or if that was a we're gonna be mean slap. But that was a slap. I do believe this is the last photo I have of him actually. Uh, so everybody say goodbye. Because I don't think he was in any of the other ones. And actually, I'm going back into the file to take a look. Do I see him anywhere else for my own curiosity's sake? It's kind of fun actually doing these off script because I get to do stuff like this and just kind of talk more freely. I don't see him. Yep, I don't see him at all unless he's this random. Who is this dude? Someone different. I don't know. Anyway, everybody say goodbye. We slapped him out of the story. Also, if you look at the barista's face, she's like, oh, and she's over there, and like, there's so many bald people in my game at this moment. What is going on? And to be honest, in this moment, I think Louise was thinking, good riddance. I'm free as a bird now. Unfortunately, despite the fact that she basically lives in paradise and can wake up and have that as her view every single morning, she was not particularly pleased with me this day. Girly was doing so well with her, whoa, oh, I added the dog at that point. Did I add the dog at that point? Or she always had the dog and this is the first time I'm getting the picture. Actually, no, I think she did have the dog. Sorry. That's Felix in the back there. I have some pictures of him coming up. I I don't know. We don't know. No, I don't remember. Anyway, she is doing great in her job at this point. I mean, look at that professional outfit. It is storming, so she was not happy, and there's also Calix coming for a visit. So, you know what I mean? Hey, she's not like 100% alone. And here's my attempts of giving her a little bit of a themed corner for her work and studies, or basically her home office. I liked it. I don't think she was cursing out what it looked like, but that is kind of funny. In fact, I swear, the happiest she was when she was bonding with her Hornet bee missiles. Yeah. And here's Felix. Oh, okay, yeah, no, Felix definitely was with her from the beginning because this is a pug owned. Pug owned? Yeah, I think that's the Simmer's name. The one who makes all the really awesome dogs. I love their creations off of the gallery, so I grab the dogs and the cats and the pets whenever I see one that I want. He's a good boy. Very, very good boy. Who loves Fetch just about as much as my Flash does, which is kind of funny because his name is Felix, and then my dog is Flash, and they both love the ball, and they both have an F in their name, and that's about where their similarities end. But you know, irony, I guess. Louise also started getting into wellness about this point. I don't remember exactly why, if she had a whim for it, or if I was just like, well, she needs some form of exercise that isn't swimming to the lounger to lay in. Plus, you know, it's kind of nice, like, oh God, what am I thinking of? Yoga on the beach sort of a thing. Also, fun fact, I don't know if this is the exact lot. I don't think it's the exact lot, but it is the neighborhood from the exact same neighborhood that Cassandra Wellings from My Through the Veil save file and story. She lives in the same neighborhood that Louise Wetzel does in Sulani, and of course different save files. And she is doing like a whole wellness guru, yoga fanatic person thing on the beach, and yeah. And okay, while I would absolutely love to lounge, I'm not sure I would do that naked. I'm not sure I would touch the ocean without a swimsuit on. It's like, mm, mm. I can't tell if she is brave or dumb. Would y'all do this? Would y'all do naked scuba diving? Coral scuba snorkeling? There we go. Snorkeling is the word. Naked snorkeling. Hmm. That would be kind of funny. Can wait? Is there a group? Can you make a group that's like a nudist snorkeling group in the game? Oh gosh, that that could be chaotic, especially with certain mods. Now you can see a sneak peek of the kitchen in progress behind her, but we're back to the trying to get some of her aspirations done and, working on the music one. Her deal is violin, by the way. That's like her instrument, so to speak. I don't know why. I usually go for violin instead of guitar as of late. I really should change that. Or add a piano. We really need another instrument. And at long last, some progress on the home building. For some reason, her, like, figuring out how to build the home and, like, get the corners right and get the walls and everything, like, it was taking a million years in her household. And it still is, by the way. I don't know why. But I did get the kitchen somewhat sorted. It is really funny to see a white ceiling. And I'm thinking, man, I should have put something on that. And then I'm remembering these photos are from 2021, so we did not have that ability at that point. Good lord, I'm gonna have to do some editing and some finagling when I get back to the save file proper. But yeah, so this is going to be the last little bit for her. But next episode, we're getting this girly some excitement because we're going to the jungle. She's got the archaeology scholar and the jungle explorer things to work on, and big happy family. Well, that didn't work out with Mr. Jim, the slapped out of the story Sim. So, yeah. But Louise is really fun. I enjoy playing her household, and there's actually some updates, like story-wise, that really shocked me, and but I can't share, not for a little while. But she does get connected with another household, and that's all I'm gonna say. Um, but yeah, so I really did have a lot of fun with her. I have a lot of fun with all of them. But this save file was just for me to play different ways, challenge myself, and just kind of play the game without a story in mind as well. So that's why it might seem like, oh, okay, she really didn't have a script. Well, no, I don't, because one, I never really exactly planned on sharing, and then I decided maybe I wanted to because I like sharing, I like taking photos, but it was like, let's not do a story because that's what I'm doing with the Brooks, and like, just play, like didn't have to always be a story. I like to think that Dragon's Chaos kind of skipped so Through the Veil could run, or rather, well, yeah, and Fate Spell and all of that. But I am bringing it back just because I'm doing things in that save file, and it's just also fun to share funny pictures and stuff in this format and just, sim stuff. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. That is Louise. We will see more of her later. And the next household is going to be an excellent. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're actually going to Brightchester next. She's not in Brightchester anymore. Oh, I didn't update this shit. That's funny. Okay. Uh, there is one sim that I did not create. They are going to be next week because the person who I downloaded the empty blank worlds, like somebody had gone through and completely just deleted everything at that point. All of the buildings and all of the worlds, pretty much. She had her sim self, and it didn't feel right for me to delete the sim self and the cat, so that her sim self just became part of the rotation, and yeah, that's the next one. So, anyways, I smell something really good outside, so I'm gonna go get some. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and week. Make it a good one. And don't forget to treat yourself and relax a little bit, play some Sims. Let me know what's going on in your Sims games if you want to share, because I'm always curious about that. And thank you so very much for watching and listening. Have a good one, you guys. Bye!